Hey guys, Donny here with the Helmet Crew, Solutions in a Global Crisis. So, I live in Santa Cruz and I'm in my van. So, during this quarantine, my boards are kind of back there lonely because they don't have any waves really to ride today. And, I'm faced with this quarantine where everywhere I go, it's like a zombie apocalypse, and the parking lot is virtually non-existent without, you know, of people, and the police officers come and patrol. So the first, thing that rises in my mind is, a police state. So I want you guys to study the David Icke interview that you can find on YouTube that's really recent where he addresses the coronavirus. Okay, Santa Cruz, the needs, addressing the homeless issue, utilizing facilities for production of masks, ventilators, whatever people are going to need to be able to be preventative, whatever is going to happen, of whatever it is. But I want to emphasize the fact of a placebo effect. They did tests that have RCTs, random clinical trials, where people believed that they were taking a medication, and when they showed up back to the hospital, chronic illnesses were no longer apparent. So I want you guys to study that as well, and teaching self-quarantine for people without homes. COVID-19 lives through the air and surfaces touched. In the air, they did tests on aerosols, facilitators that showed that it lives in the air for 3 hours. And a virus can live on a surface for 24 hours and cross seas and become a pandemic. This one's estimated to live for, 3 days on a surface, I believe. So, problem solution conspiracy is what David Icke is going to address in that, which is very interesting. People can be infectious in incubation periods. So, without it even having fully developed in the body, it can still be infectious through inhalation, of these molecules, water molecules. So, the ultimate goal is to figure out how we can deal with this problem. So there's two receptors that pick up this virus, and if we can study through pathophysiology how to block those receptors, I think that's a very important thing, because that disallows the entry into the cell in order to become an exocytosis, which is the death of that cell. Okay, so an endocytosis is when the receptors down here from our cell latch on to the virus rod that holds it to be able to enter into the cell. So it utilizes our RNA, which only has one strand of spiral that doesn't have proofreading and correction ability. So the one strand of RNA has more vulnerability in terms of our body's receptiveness to this virus. Okay, so the most important thing is to remember to be prayerful, meditative, and practice breathing every single moment, and appreciate that moment, and do everything that we can, guys, to combat this situation. We don't want to live in fear. We want to take a step back and evaluate our preferences of a lifestyle and whether or not it's minimalistic or capitalistic. So thank you guys, and loving you, and I'll let you know when I can do the next dictation.